The places mentioned in this release, Aso Rock Villa, the National Assembly, the Court of Appeal, Force Headquarters, Eagle Square, and Shehu Shagari Way, are not private estates. They belong to the people of Nigeria. The citizens built them, funded them, and ultimately own them. Therefore, the right to peacefully assemble in those places is not a privilege to be granted by the government. It is a constitutional right that must be protected, not suppressed. If we are to speak of court orders, then we must remember that the same judiciary has discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on 2 separate occasions, yet the government continues to detain him in clear defiance of those rulings. Selective obedience to court orders undermines the very foundation of justice and erodes public trust in both the government and law enforcement. Nigerians are not asking for chaos. They are asking for fairness, equity before the law, and accountable governance. A government that has nothing to hide should have no fear of its citizens expressing dissent. Protests are not a threat. They are feedback, a mirror reflecting issues that require urgent attention. It is a sign that all is not well in the land. True leadership listens, not silences. The strength of any democracy lies not in the number of armed officers deployed to suppress voices, but in the courage of those in power to hear uncomfortable truths and act justly. Another ex-user wrote, "This statement from the Nigeria Police Force is a welcome reminder that the rule of law must guide every action in our democracy. Upholding court orders is crucial for maintaining order and preventing chaos. However, it's equally important that law enforcement officers carry out their duties with professionalism, restraint, and respect for the constitutional rights of citizens to peaceful assembly and free expression. Peaceful protest remains a legitimate democratic tool for citizens to express their grievances, provided it is conducted responsibly and within the law. The police must therefore balance firmness and fairness, ensuring that while security and public order are protected, voices of the people are not unjustly silenced. Ultimately, both the citizens and the police share a common responsibility to ensure peace, justice, and respect for the Constitution to prevail in our nation." I believe that's what the ex-user is trying to say. Rufai, we've known the NSAS movement, represented a defining moment for Nigeria's youth, a generation that, leveraged social media and organized this protest that captured international attention. It is quite, glaring at this moment that the rule of law has to prevail in the land. And, I do admire activist Omoyele Sowore for actually tying in this protest with the injustice as it seems. Rufai, your comment, and I'll come sit with you.
I mean, it's apt to protest when people have grievances. That's why we have a democracy. Yeah. And that's why I condemn any form of, military government.
Correct.
Because it's a democracy, people can protest. But in a democracy, when people protest and you stifle their voices and you kill them, it makes us get sad and even question if what we're practicing democracy. And you see, I'm particularly miffed by the way they've started to stifle protests. Just this morning, what happened? Sowore went out with people to protest, and the next thing, tear gas. Daily Trust was reporting live bullets, live rounds being fired. Is this how to go? The same people that shut this country down for 2 weeks, Jonathan did not go after them like this. A lot of the people that protested Occupy Nigeria morphed into what is the APC today. We saw how they had a series of protests then. Were these not the same people that protested and put Jonathan's head and call him all sorts of names, Jonathan Haram and everything? Did they stifle their voices this way? So this high-handedness we practice in the name of democracy will not get anywhere. You remember the first anniversary after NSAS, that Femi had to stand tall with the police officer. People were tear gas. Mr. Macaroni was packed up in a bus. People must have a right to protest. What are they protesting for? Nnamdi Kanu. People have talked about a political solution all this while. Because while you talk about Nnamdi Kanu, what he did is unfair, you are also seeing a lot of heinous crimes being perpetrated by bandits, and they're having peace meetings. But in this country, some people have more power over the others. Like I've repeated, they have not said everything Nnamdi Kanu did was good. I disagree with some of most part of his advocacy. But what you cannot deny Nnamdi Kanu, are people not being marginalized in this country? Are people not being killed in this country? So as long as that is happening and you don't have a level of fairness, then you're saying people should not talk? So I keep asking, which kind of democracy do we even practice? When it suits them, they talk. When it doesn't suit them, they go the other way. So please, people should be allowed to protest. Police should be there to protect them. I remember the famous protest when Chuba Akadigbo and Buhari went to protest in Kanu that they refounded them. That was where Femi Falana went to court and he got that judgment. You shouldn't stifle protest. But what do we see? We see always attempt to stifle protest. What was the need going the way of tear gas canisters and the likes? What was the need? And you see, in any democracy, there must be protest. That's why the Americans are speaking up.
Yes, speaking about
no kings.
Yes.
And we must not have kings in this country. They say they should not go around the people's house. It's the presidential villa, not the people's house.
No,
in other parts of the world, don't people go to the White House? And the president will even take them on tours.
Right.
But you can't do. See this country.
All
right. No. Please talk to people. I mean, you are the convener of this protest. Please, can you give them a brief on how you are seeing things going, please?
Well, let me thank everybody who came out yesterday across the world. We're not just trying to make a small statement. We want Nnamdi Kanu to be free.
Yes.
He must be free.
It's non-negotiable.
It's
non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable.
What I want to say is that saying that Yoruba man is fighting for Igbo man.
Longer divide us.
Yes.
They have discovered that this one has come to unite us.
Exactly.
The oppressed.
Exactly.
And that is why they are very worried. And I hope they continue to be worried. Because the voice is loud now.
Exactly.
And we are unstoppable.
Exactly.
And we will ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is free.
Yes.
There's nothing they didn't do to us yesterday, including opening fire on us. So I'm not surprised that today or yesterday they targeted his lawyers. They even said it. The presidential spokesperson, Bayo Nonuga, said it, that the lawyer had no business protesting.
Imagine.
They were about to release them yesterday on bail because they committed no crime anyways. And then suddenly changed their mind and even attacked us in front of the FCT command. What they are trying to do is that they know they don't have a case. And the lawyer, the lead lawyer, who has been challenging them, they want to put him away. At the time that they said his clients should open his defense. You are the one who said go and open his defense.
Yes.
The lawyer is preparing, but now you are taking the lawyer away so that he cannot prepare for him to open his defense. What we're trying to say is that we got here this morning, and lo and behold, the police has rushed here without letting his lawyers be aware of their client's whereabouts. And the judge, upon discovering that there was no lawyer around, has sent them to the prison. That was the goal of the illegal IG, is to send this guy away. That's the goal of Tinubu, to make sure that there are no lawyers to defend him when he returns to court, to open his defense. That is it. That is the tactic you are saying now. And you see that they're also sponsoring propaganda that it was Showore that got them arrested. Yeah. It is part of the propaganda so that they will use that to divide us.
Used to propaganda.
Yes. And we are used to that. I am here to get Nnamdi Kanu released.
Yes.
And nobody who is being held, including IGBOS that were tagged IPOB members, who are all languishing in several detentions, in Wanwa Barrack, in Tiger Base, we will get everybody out.
Yes.
It's either we are free in this country or we ensure that we fight for our independence again.
Exactly.
Yes. Freedom or nothing.
That is why I have no apologies. When you hear me say that Nigeria needs a revolution, this is what I mean.
Yes, we need
because
revolution.
Without a revolution, everybody will take you for granted. Even a chicken can take you for granted. Bees, flies, we take you for granted. Rats, we take you for granted. But in this case, we are prepared for whatever it will take. That's why they never thought I could come out yesterday. And they said, oh, you know, after the tear gas was, they thought it was over.
Yes.
We protested in this Abuja in
Different
6
locations.
places. Yes. We were imagined in different parts of the city. And with their help, they were able to help us shut down the city.
Exactly.
Even the judge who gave an order that we cannot go to Aso Rock could not resume to work yesterday. We hear his own case. So, but just be prepared. You know, those of you who were afraid this last time or who were convinced not to come out, know that nothing can happen to you if we all unite en masse.
Exactly.
If the mass decide today that we want Nnamdi Kanu released, they will release him.
When people say yes, nobody can say no.
Revolution!
No, revolution.